Was, is it possible that by that time, when the stones are going to speak, that there will be no more Jews left in the world who would be standing up in opposition to Israel and to its oppression? I think it will be good strategy and wisdom on our part, and it will be pretty beneficial to us to speak hopefully, speak positively, to recognize that there are Jews in the world today who do stand up to oppression and who do condemn Israel, and to express the hope that these will continue until that time when Israel is sent back to the garbage bin. I don't think I'm being quoted correctly here. I never said anything like that. What I have said is that what Harun Yahya has written could have very much come out of the Israeli Mossad because of the similarity. Because of the similarity. And I accuse Harun Yahya, and I normally don't call names. This is not my style at all. But I had to call this name of this, I don't know who he is, but he parades behind this name, Harun Yahya, because of the grave danger that I perceived. In his book on Imam al-Mahdi and the end times, I think he wrote 100 books in order to be able to put out this one. That was 99 or 95% that dazzled the world, and here was the poison. To slip in the 5% the poison.
Yes.
That when Nabi Isa alayhi salam returns, as Muslims believe that he will return, that the Prophet has prophesied that he will return alayhi salatu wasalam, that the Jews would believe in him and the Christians would believe in him. La yu'minanna bihi qabla mawti, says the Quran. And since the Muslims already believe in him, that when Nabi Isa alayhi salam returns, according to this fanciful fairyland theory of Harun Yahya, Christians, Muslims and Jews are going to embrace each other in a fraternity, a wonderful fraternity. And since we are going to be having this lovely fraternity of Christians, Muslims and Jews in the end time, why should we not do it now? In other words, why don't you be friends with Israel? This is false. This is not the correct interpretation of the Quran. When Nabi Isa alayhi salam returns, I spoke in a synagogue in New Jersey before 200 Jews. And I quoted this verse of the Quran, that when he returns, you will have to believe in him. You don't have any choice in the matter. And when you do believe in him at that time, it will be of no benefit for you. For he will give evidence against you, and you go into the hellfire. I don't know where I got the courage from, but I still have that courage. But when the lecture was over, they surrounded me. I was surrounded by a whole sea of Jews. Of course, they never invited me again after that. But they wanted to know, why should we be forced to believe in something that we do not believe in, we reject? And my answer was that at that time the veils are going to be removed from off your eyes. And in the same way that when he was drowning, you know who I'm talking about, when he was drowning, he realized, I am not God. I am not God. And then he says, I now believe in your God, Banu Israel. Similarly, at that time you also will recognize that what you have been holding on to is falsehood. And what you have rejected and you have fought against and you have tyrannized and terrorized and oppressed, that is the truth. So you'll now die swallowing your own vomit and having to accept that which you rejected, and you'll pay the price. وَإِن مِّنْ أَهْلِ الْكِتَابِ إِلَّا لَيُؤْمِنَنَّ بِهِ قَبْلَ مَوْتِهِ وَيَوْمَ الْقِيَامَةِ يَكُونُ عَلَيْهِمْ شَهِيدًا. On Judgment Day, he'll give evidence against you and you'll go into the hellfire. The actual event of the return of Nabi Isa alayhi salam is not a wonderful fraternity, but rather the divine punishment now coming upon those who have rejected the truth and who have stood on the side of the oppressor. Not all Jews and not all Christians are like that, no. And so instead of Harunya here talking about a wonderful fraternity, which is what the Mossad wants, he should quote the hadith. At that time the stones and the trees will speak. You'll never hear Harunya here quoting that hadith, no. And they say, oh Muslim, there's a Jew hiding behind me, come and kill him.